Not personal.
I'm gonna kill myself!
Wow.
I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
It has been a rough couple weeks for the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs, and today's breaking news does not make it any better. You're joining me, an Indians fan, as suffering because of trade rumors and just constantly taking L's. So what we're going to do today is we will break down the Mookie Betts saga, how the Boston Red Sox might be trading him as early as today. I might put this video up and then he might get traded to the San Diego Padres. We're going to talk about that. Why Kris Bryant is probably most likely not going to be a Chicago Cub after 2021. And then also there's some random news. So don't go anywhere. Watch all the way until the end. And without further ado, it's time to start talking baseball.
11-7 on the year. Mookie ready to swing. High fly. Deep left field. Carrying and gone in the monster seats.
As you guys saw by the title, Mookie Betts rejected the Boston Red Sox. Now, what do I mean by that? The Red Sox offered him a contract of $30 million a year for the next 10 years. So $300 million over the course of 10 years. He said, nah, I want Mike Trout money. Mookie Betts countered at $35 million a season for the next 12 years. So the Red Sox are at 10 years, $300 million, whereas Mookie Betts is at 12 years, $420 million. So on a case-by-case basis, if you're going by single seasons, they're only off by $5 million a season because the Red Sox want to give him $30 million a year, whereas Mookie Betts wants $35 a year for 2 extra years. Honestly, I feel like the Red Sox, he is the cornerstone of that franchise. They should give him all the money that they want because they whiffed on Carl Crawford, they whiffed on Pablo Sandoval, they whiffed on so many different guys. Mookie Betts is the one player that developed in their own system, came up and has been a star. He's won an MVP. He's going to get gold gloves every single season. He is one of the best defensive and offensive players in all of baseball. Easily a top 10 player. People would argue that he's a top 3 player up there with Cody Bellinger, Christian Yelich, Mike Trout. However you guys want to mix them together, Mookie Betts is, in my opinion, a top 5 Major League Baseball player. So the fact is, why are you doing this? Mookie Betts, in my opinion, deserves Mike Trout money. He is that good of a baseball player. He can run, he can throw, he can field, he can hit for power, he can hit for average. Anything that you need from a baseball player, he can give it to you. So I just don't understand why they're choosing now to be cheap. It's not like the Boston Red Sox don't have a lot of money. Now, one thing that is really playing into this is I guess they do have a lot of money to spend, but because they've spent so much and actually exceeded the threshold of the luxury tax, they're going to get hit a lot. So if they give Mookie Betts this $35 a year contract, they're going to get penalized even more, and they're actually going to lose out on a ton of money because they're going to be taxed up the you-know-what. So that is the biggest story right now. Does Mookie Betts get $35 million a year, or are they going to go ahead and cave and trade him to the San Diego Padres or the LA Dodgers? Because right now, the Lindor rumors are back up. Apparently, he's going to the Reds, and then Freddie Galvis is going to the Indians, and then, or maybe he's going to go to the Dodgers, and then Betts is going to go to the Padres. So there's so much that can happen. In my opinion, I think that Mookie Betts is most likely going to end up as a San Diego Padre before 2021, because at this point, it's looking like he is for sure going to walk. Do you guys remember when Manny Ramirez was a member of the Cleveland Indians? If you don't, well, he was an absolute monster. He walked to go to the Boston Red Sox, so the Indians got nothing for him. Nada. Zilch. Nothing. So I think in terms of getting the most for Mookie Betts, you might as well trade for him right now when he's at his peak value. Sure, he didn't win MVP in 2019, but he's won it in the past. He had an amazing all-star caliber season in 2019, so I think that he is worth it. He can get you a lot of prospects, although the Padres are like, nah, you can't have our top 3 prospects. It's Mookie Betts. So the trepidation behind that is the fact that it's a 1-year rental. They don't know if they can re-sign Mookie Betts. In my opinion, the Padres with Machado, Tatis Jr., they're going to have to go ahead and ship Will Myers to the Boston Red Sox and eat up most of that contract, so they'll be losing a ton of money and then also having to give a lot of money to Mookie Betts. So it might not be worth it to the Padres to do it right now, but maybe come All-Star break, it'll make a lot more sense. If they're in playoff contention, maybe the Boston Red Sox are not. But there it is. Mookie Betts rejects the Boston Red Sox offer of 10 years, $300 million. He wants that Garrett Cole money and Anthony Rendon money, which I don't blame him. Mookie Betts is better than both of them. Let's be honest here. He deserves $35 to $40 million pretty easily. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I wanted to support you Boston Red Sox fans because I can tell you as an Indians fan, having your star players shopped every single day and the rumors going on for weeks, it's draining, it sucks, and I'm sorry. So I wanted to rock
So now
this.
it's 3 balls and a strike. Bryant to left again. And Bryant has gone deep again. Grand slam.
The next story that we're going to go ahead and talk about is Kris Bryant and his appeal against the Chicago White Sox. So long story short, he filed a grievance against his team, the Cubs, because a few years ago, when Kris Bryant was a rookie, what the Cubs decided to do is they decided to keep Kris Bryant in AAA for like 12 or 13 games. What this allowed the Cubs to do is this allowed them to manipulate the service time rule. This is going to change in the near future. You will not see this happen again to a rookie. This absolutely sucks. They are stealing money from rookies and getting the maximum amount of potential from them. It is actually, it's offensive to me because Kris Bryant and all the other rookies, they're being held down, and the Chicago Cubs did not put the 25 best players on their field at the time. So essentially, Kris Bryant says, you know what, I deserve more than what you guys are paying me. It's not my fault that the CBA chose to make this stupid rule that if you keep Kris Bryant in the minors for 12 or 13 games, or even Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he was the latest victim of this, so he's going to be probably filing a grievance against the Blue Jays in a couple seasons. At this point, Kris Bryant is a member of the Cubs for another 2 years because his contract does not end until 2021 because of the service time manipulation. So I really don't like this. I hope that it changes pretty soon. I mean, all of the rookies in baseball, Juan Soto, Ronald Acuna Jr., Luis Robert, they're all getting paid right now and they're avoiding the service time. So I think that even Major League Baseball and the clubs understand that this is going to change pretty soon. Why burn the bridge? Because Kris Bryant, I can almost guarantee that he is not going to resign with the Cubs because they just gypped him out of a lot of money for their own benefit. Yes, it's a business. Yes, I think that Kris Bryant is going to understand in terms of the long term. It really sucks. I mean, come on. Now Vlad Jr. is going to go through this in a couple seasons unless it changes. What do you guys think? Do you think that Kris Bryant should be allowed to get his money now, or do you think that he's going to have to just stick with it because those are the rules? That's what the Cubs chose to do. And yeah, their superstar player is not very happy right now. Now, again, like I mentioned, I think that teams are becoming aware of this and the fact that they don't want to burn the bridge. That's why the Braves have given extensions to Ronald Acuna Jr. and Ozzie Albies. The Chicago White Sox gave Luis Robert an extension, and they're also going to play him on opening day. So they're not worried about service time. And same with the Mets and the Padres of last year. I give them full props because they wanted to put the best product on the field. They called it Fernando Tatis Jr. They call it Pete Alonso. In the long term, this is probably not the smartest idea because they're going to be free agents much sooner, but you're trying to win, and I respect that. So I tip my cap to people like the White Sox, the Braves, the Padres, and the Mets. They're putting the best players on the diamond. I love that. So props to them. So that pretty much does it for the big news from today. Mookie Betts has declined and rejected the offer from the Boston Red Sox. Kris Bryant loses his grievance against the Chicago Cubs, so he will not be a free agent until after 2021. I guess the only thing that we really have to talk about is breaking news. If you're a Reds fan, this does kind of suck if you wanted to go to any spring training games. If your favorite player is Eugenio Suarez, he just had some this is hard to say it 10 times fast. Shoulder surgery. Yeah, I can't say that even 5 times in a row, but he is having surgery on his shoulder, so he's probably going to be out for the entirety of spring training. And also, I do want to mention, if you go on Twitter right now, there's a lot of hashtags, #BellLet'sTalk. It's about mental health. And I want to go ahead and conclude this video by saying thank you guys for 150,000 subscribers. We'll go ahead and make a celebration video soon talking about 150K, but really, I owe you guys a lot of my success and a lot to my mental stability because I was not in the best place mentally. I mean, even before YouTube and throughout my tenure on here, it's been a struggle. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, and I just want to say thank you guys for holding me down. And if you have anything going on in your life and you feel like it's not important to talk about, I promise you, it is important. Go talk about it with someone. And they're also giving away 5 cents for every tweet and retweet on Twitter of the #BellLet'sTalk. So if you want to follow me on Twitter and retweet that, you're helping a lot of people. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you did learn something. If you did, slap a like and subscribe on our way to 200,000 subs. And to end the video, enjoy Zach Greinke giving a speech or presenting the news, kind of like I am, back in 2006 when he was a high schooler. So pretty crazy. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for everything. Peace out.
All cheerleaders, listen up. Any freshman, sophomore, or junior interested in trying out for cheerleading the next year needs to attend a mandatory meeting being held Tuesday, April 9th, 2002. The meeting will be in the multi-purpose room on the freshman campus at 2:15. You must attend the meeting to try out. If you can't make the meeting for a legitimate reason, please see Coach Bridges the day before the meeting. Also, there will be final yearbook sale the week of April 8th through 12th on both the main campus and the 9th grade center during both lunch shifts. The cost is $60, and there is a limited number of yearbooks remaining. First come, first serve.